with what we got in My Hero. I was pretty surprised that this episode took as long as it did to get to the verses. And even when we see some of it, it's pretty short lived, right? There's not much to take from it. But on the flip side, looking at the previews, okay, I'm here for it. Um, I haven't been able to get a lot of gameplays off, and I don't know if people like my math videos over gameplay. I know there's like some audio differences that might be worse or that might be better, so I honestly don't know what y'all want in general, but regardless, I'm gonna get the stuff out to you. Um, every character that showed up for Team B that's new or that we just haven't seen much of, I am ridiculously curious. Some of the quirks are kind of lame and they're kind of like dumb just to think about even having. But I think that's where my hero accelerates is by making dumb abilities seem pretty cool. Like the girl with the weird hair that is stretching out everywhere, but supposedly she like left a clone of herself as well that the birds found. So there's just a lot more they're learning about themselves and about their abilities, their quirks, to ultimately destroy within the future and become the heroes that they can set out to be. So seeing the brainwash guy kind of show back up, he feels like he would be perfect in the Judge show with the Phoenix guy, the Phoenix Rise. Feels like he'd be good in that show, but to get to be a simple brainwashing seems like it's the best villain power, right? Like it's the greatest villain technique you could have. Not to mention you're brainwashed so you believe you're doing what you want to do because that's just how it works. That being said, thinking of it on the opposite side on being good is another reason why this storytelling is so interesting to me. To give such a power to a hero just goes to show you that everything else he needs to do needs to be on point. If he actually becomes a hero, he'll be known for his ability by just anybody, right? You'll be a symbol of what you've been grinding to become. It'll be like, oh, that's the guy who can brainwash me if he says something, right? Like, there's not a lot more surprises that are gonna come with um, him if he becomes a hero and is well known for his abilities. So that's why it's cool to see the vocal thing on the mask that he gets that changes his voice to the people around him, so they do listen to those people, right? Like you hear that voice and you're gonna act instinctually if it's your mom, if it's your dad, brother, sister, whatever. If I sound exactly like them, it would trip you out. And then on the flip side, having the things that Eraserhead has, I think it's more or less like a ban that it's just like really hard to break out of. It's like something you can easily capture people with. The combination of his eyes turning off people's quirks and having them wrapped up in it is the whole reason why it's so deadly. So I'm interested to see what his intentions are. If it's just to like tie someone down so they can't do anything with their arms and legs, I can understand that. But if he's going to manipulate some type of way with his voice with it or something, that would be pretty nuts as well. But overall, I'm really looking forward to the next episode. It looks like it's going to be a long, drawn out battle, and we can only hope that about all of these because I think these kids are slept on to way too much, and it's really cool to maybe get to see some of my favorite heroes get to fight a little bit harder than they have already. So, with that being said, take care, everybody, and peace.